What's up, beautiful friends? Satnam, namaste. Welcome to I'm Woke. I'm your host, Emelina Calder. Today I'm going to take you through a video on minimalism, on clutter clearing, on raising your vibrational energy through clearing like objects in your home, cleaning, raising your energy and inviting new energy for your manifestations, because manifestations work with the laws of the universe, and it all comes down to energy and how clear and how available new energy is in the flow of being able to reach you. If you are new to my world, hello, my name is Emelina. I am a high performance spiritual coach, spiritual mentor, life coach, and personal branding coach. Here to help you really step into the absolute next level version of yourself. The future version of yourself, your favorite version of yourself, every moment of every day, really stepping into your highest potential. I shoot videos on energy updates pretty much weekly, as well as personal and spiritual development videos. If you're new and that sounds like a good idea for you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications so you don't miss any energy updates anytime I go live or anything like that. And yeah, I'd love to have you here. We're building a little vibrant, very fun community. So I'm excited to have you. And if you haven't heard yet, I do have a free guided meditation I've linked in the description below that you can get a hold of. It's essentially focusing on reestablishing your connection to source, your own connection to your sacred Kundalini energy. It's called the Rainbow Sacred Flame of Creation. I've had quite a number of people go through it, including other psychic mediums like me that have loved it and connected to the original source consciousness and source energy that comes through. So I really think you're going to love that as well. I'm probably going to be playing with my bangs because I really just did not want to deal with my hair this morning. But it's kind of bothering me. So I'm just going to do what I do. What else do I have going on? I'm here with my coffee and my star, here to share with you the best that I have right now. I've got some big tourmaline that is holding and grounding myself. This is something that's really great for many of you that are running starseed frequencies, that run with high energy, that are empathetic. Really great to have some black grounding stones in your home. Black tourmaline. I've got big chunks of obsidian and black jade around my home, as well as hematite. So there's a little food for thought there. Okay, so let's jump right in. So I wanted to touch on minimalism and clutter clearing because I forget that it's a strength of mine. And I've taken a lot of clients through this and just so many friends and stuff, because I think we don't realize objects are physical manifestation of energy. And and no shame and no judgment, but when you're attaching to a lot of things in your home, or you need or have a lot of material possession that isn't always of the highest frequency, which we'll get into, you're inviting more lower frequency energies into your experience that can be really quickly cleared through clutter clearing, through a day going through your home, through saging, through, you're clearing the lower vibrational energies. So I think I'm just going to jump right in. This is about raising your vibrational energy. Anything that represents a lower vibrational energy in your environment and in your home is where you're going to bring your attention to clearing, releasing, selling, giving away, cleaning, saging, just to lift the lower aspects of your vibrational awareness so that you can free up the energy, because everything is made out of energy for spirit. Once you clear and once you free up that energy, spirit can bring you signs of your manifestations, synchronicities, and immediate an immediate reorganization of your physical energy in forms of new income, in forms of new relationships, in forms of just better opportunities, as well as just overall lifting your mood. And I just saw 444 on the timer. So that was the vibe. Okay, so the first tip I have for you is go through your home, and anything that you haven't used in 2 years, place in a pile to sell or to give away. if you haven't used it in 2 years, the chance that you actually need it is so, so, so low that it's better to free up the energy, because I'm trying to remember, like Florence Scovel talks about this. My guides have streamed it through. I forget what the law is. It might be the law of use, I think, and the law of computation, like kind of working together. But essentially, if you own things that are in your home, you have things that you are not using, and you're not using them for extended periods of time, that is a position of hoarding. Not just materially, but it's more that like the universe wants things to be in sacred flow and sacred exchange. So if you're hanging on to something and you're not using it and you refuse to give it up to someone that could use it in a way where the universe can actually move that energy around, you're in a position of energetic hoarding, and perhaps also physical hoarding. And again, that's not like no shame or anything. It's literally just bringing attention to it. If you're in a position of hoarding and refusing to use it, or refusing to use the energy or share that energy, how do I explain this? It's like it's almost like an energetic bank account that you're stockpiling away for like a rainy bad day. And the universe like takes notice. The universe is like, if you do that a lot, you're investing your energy into needing to hoard, which is the opposite of flow. It's the opposite of energetic current. It's the opposite of abundance. It is a scarcity mindset. I'm just gonna say, hi, my love. I just saw you in the comments. Yeah, clearing everything. Okay, so I'm happy you're here. Thank you. Welcome to anyone that sees this video in the future as well. So I like to start at the 2-year mark, because I just feel like truly if you haven't used it in 2 years, you're not going to miss it. I do have almost an exception there, but I'll save it for later. So go through your home when you've got some time, whether it's going through your closet, going through your garage. I don't know. Those are the two things that are coming to mind. Go through any boxes, any things you've got stored away with the lens of what haven't I used in 2 years, and just separate it into a separate pile. When you get really good at that, then you can go with the lens of what haven't I used in a year and separate that into a pile. Now, I do want to touch on, for you guys, I do consider myself to be a minimalist, and I have been for a long time, and it's something that I've really worked on probably throughout the last like 10 years or so. I don't want to send any shade to my background, but I was raised in kind of like a hoarding mentality, so it did take me a lot of time and attention. This wasn't something that came natural to me, but I did like dedicate a significant amount of time around learning essentials, what is of use, what is of value, what is only what I need, not from the place of scarcity, but like from the place of what I'm going to use. Because there's no point, somebody told me recently they have 40 towels. They're 2 people in their 1-bedroom apartment. And they told me they have 40 towels. And I was like, 40 towels? What are you doing with 40 towels? I have 4. like what? And it's like you don't want so much excess, because there's no way for you to use it. And the universe knows that, and it wants you to release that energy so the energy can come in a way that is usable to you. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so it's about, when it comes down to minimalism, it comes down to like everything that I own, everything that I have it falls into the category of the fact that I'm using it or I'm enjoying it. And if I don't use something for a year, I let it go to give room for something that I will use, to something that I will enjoy. We'll get into minimalism in more of these like little live episodes. It's something I actually really want to talk about, but it's become so baked into my psyche and who I am that I almost forget like there were steps that got me there, because it really is who I am. Like if I notice that I haven't used something in a while, I automatically go into like, get rid of this, get it out of here. It's taking up space. It's taking up mental space. I'm seeing it in my periphery when I'm walking around my apartment. It's taking up energetic space, and I'm like, free it up so that new energy can come in. Anyway, all right. Now, those things that you start putting into that pile, you can think about putting on eBay, you can put on Craigslist, you can put on Facebook Marketplace, and then start to free it up for income. If they are things that are not, they don't have value, give them away. And my caveat here, as I said to one of my clients, is don't stick it in a pile and put it in your garage and let it sit there for 3 months that you're going to anticipate giving it away. If you're going to give it away, get it on your calendar. Like Friday, I'm going to take this to Goodwill and then go take it to Goodwill. Because the thing about how energy works is when you have a projection, you want to close as many projections as you can, as frequently as you can. Because when you have an open projection, an intention of something that you're going to do, and you don't follow through, you are continually feeding your energy to that thing and not following through, which is not bad. It just ties up a certain amount of your life force, which then isn't available for you for new creative projects, new creative ideas, new income streams. So, I mean, it's a huge goal of mine to close as many projections as I can. So in a situation like this, if you're going to go give things away, I know a lot of people will sit on that for months and just let it sit in their garage or in a mudroom. Don't do that. If you're going to give it away, set it aside, say, I'm going to give it away, get it on your calendar and go drive it to Goodwill. And if there's anything holding you back from that, like, oh, I'm not sure, I got to think about it a little longer, separate them into separate piles, and the things that you are ready to let go of, get them in a bag, get them in a box, and give them away. It's going to free up, this is such simple human stuff, but I promise it's going to free up so much energy for you. It'll free up energy in your emotional space. You'll just feel better. You'll get brand new ideas, a lot of creativity, opportunity, money, like it just opens things up. It's just a good idea. Okay, number 2, go through your closet. I can do an entire stream on wardrobe and on clothing because I really honed my skills on my ability to know what I love, what I don't, what can be replaced, and immediately replacing it, because I found for myself personally that I was really attached to certain items of clothing, not because I actually liked them, because they had represented something to me in my own ability to express myself. And I didn't like, personally, the attachments, the emotional attachments I had to clothing. I was like, clothing shouldn't be something I have emotional attachment to. That just doesn't make sense. People, sure. Clothing, no. Like, that is literally how I programmed myself when I had noticed this, which is like years and years ago. But anyway, so go through your closet. And here's what you're going to do if you feel guided to do this. Go through your closet and pull. So I'm just envisioning going through my closet. Pull off the hanger anything that is not an 80%, an 8 out of 10 that you love. Pull it out and put it down on the floor. And there's a process of elimination of starting to figure out what you want to keep and what you don't, based on like what you need or what you don't. But the point is, everything that you own, you should love. You should fall in love with. And I do think Marie, what's her name? The clutter clearing woman? That's super famous, right? Like Marie Kondo, is that it? I think she goes the kind of this method too. It's like, what do you love? Like, your wardrobe should only be things that you love, that make you feel amazing, that make you feel like you look really good, or that are like really cozy and comfortable and you adore. Anything else can be let go. And I can't tell you guys how many times I have cleared through my wardrobe where I have made myself, and this isn't for everyone, but like I have made myself get rid of everything. And then I said, okay, now what? Like, you can only have things you love. What's important to you? And for those of you that don't know, I have a very minimalist wardrobe. I think this is pretty standard wardrobe stuff too. I have like I focus on jackets or like my fun pieces, but I probably have like 6 or 7 standard, very stylized jackets, both leather, those were my investment pieces, and then like denim. And then I have a standard wardrobe because I just realized like I'd rather my creative expression go into my personal brand, go into the businesses that I build, rather than, and this isn't for everyone, right? If you're more fashion-based, this will be a very different conversation. But like I was thinking that way, rather than me thinking like, what creative, cute top am I gonna wear today? Like, she does not care. I have a very, very minimalist wardrobe. I have like 4 colors that I know look good on me that are all like, I even stripped down my wardrobe to be neutrals. It's all like neutrals and earthy tones, because I don't ever want to think about, does this match this? Now, this is not a conversation for everyone, because I know there are so many people that are so good at fashion and like how cute that is. But like, I think I look pretty cute without that much effort. So just like think about what's important to you, go through your closet, hold on to everything that you love 100%, that you love 90%, 80%, even that 70% mark. And anything else, just think about, this might be good. Go through your closet and pull out everything you hate and immediately put that in a bag and bring it to Goodwill. Don't even think about it, okay? If it makes you look bad, if it makes you look fat, if you're not into it, if it's not flattering, get rid of it. And if you don't want to bring it to Goodwill, bring it to like a thrift shop where you can get an exchange, where you can then buy something new. I literally went through my wardrobe a couple months ago. I didn't have much that I wanted to get rid of, but you know, I do this every year. And I was like, you know, there are a couple dresses in here that just, I lost a lot of weight and I don't think they look as good. So I brought them in, exchanged them at a thrift store, and they gave me a credit. I don't know, it wasn't much. It might have been like 30 or 40 bucks. And then I bought a new pair of Vans sneakers. Like in exchange, which literally is funny how the universe works, because it was on my mind. I was like, oh, I want a new pair of Vans. And then I was able to get that in exchange for releasing the dresses that I wasn't wearing. I got the sneakers that I wanted. So isn't that funny? Sup girl, let me read through your comments. It's adding up a bit more now that you express your approach. Yeah, oh, I'm glad. Sometimes I think about this, I'm like, I'm not as mental as I used to be about it, because it's really baked into how I do things now. There's no like conscious thought about it. It just is. If you have children, yeah, I was going to touch on that. This is my mom's vintage dress. I have exceptions, a very small amount of them, where if they're heirlooms, if they are things that hold a lot of value for you, that you can keep. Because the physical body, the way our body manifests and feels safety, is sometimes it'll cause the nervous system more stress to get rid of those things than it would to keep them. And what I say to myself is like, I can keep a certain amount and it has to fit in these 2 boxes. And that's just the way I am. I have a small like footprint physically. I don't like having a lot of objects that I have to think about or move, or, you know, when I move from home to home or things like that. But I do have a couple of boxes of like childhood things. It's just like, keep it, you know, and of course this is my approach. Do whatever feels right for you. Just keep it small and keep it minimalist. So it's like, if you have an entire room of your 2-bedroom apartment dedicated to like vintage items that you're never going to use because you're hanging on to memories from people that are likely long gone, like that's a total imbalance. And I know people that are like this, so it's not like totally out there of a concept, but that's an imbalance energetically for where you're placing your energy, your attention, and your material footprint, if that makes sense. So if it's things that you're holding on to that are old or have memories or that but don't have a lot of use value, I keep a very small footprint around it. So I'll just allow myself like a box or 2 and be like, it has to fit in that box. And if it can't, then I'll pare it down and pare it down and pare it down through the years. An example of that is I moved cross country 8 years ago, and I had 2 saxophones. I played saxophone through high school and college and after college. And I brought the example actually, so I'm happy you asked me that question. So I had a lot of emotional stress about selling the saxophones. And I knew I wasn't going to use them. I knew I wasn't playing. I knew it's where I didn't need my focus right now. And I told myself, I was like, you know what? When you get older and you want to dedicate time for this, you can purchase a really nice Barry sax or tenor sax. And I gave myself that permission when I went to let them go. I was like, I can replace these. These are replaceable items. I don't need to hoard them. But it was still emotionally distressful for me to release what was like, I don't know how to express it, musically, like it's on my heart. It's how I access my heart in that way, in that creative way. It's a big part of my upbringing and things that are meaningful to me. So to the point of like, what will you hold on to that can fit in a certain spatial awareness that you're comfortable with? I gave myself a fallback to allow myself to feel more comfortable in releasing the saxophones. So someone I knew in upstate New York that I adored, that worked on my woodwinds, was like, well, why don't you keep a clarinet? I'll give it to you. And I was like, okay. So in my head, I was able to release 2 saxophones, which take up quite a lot of space, in exchange for what fits into a shoebox, which is a clarinet. Do I play it? No. But I could. And my point here is that this takes up, here, I'll put the full thing together. This takes up a whole lot less room in my closet than 2 tenor saxophones. Okay? So, so that's what I did. And I've hung on to this for years, and it literally, this is like a little bit bigger than a shoebox, right? And that allowed me to separate. It allowed me to be like, okay, well, I haven't got rid of everything on my heart in this category. Still, you know, see, I've got my clarinet. Am I going to sit down and play it? Highly unlikely. I'm terrible at clarinet. But I thought it was a good idea because the fingerings are the same as the saxophone. The notes, the embouchure is different, but regardless, it was like a bridge point. So you can, I don't know if I'm going like way too much on this topic, but the point is when you're getting rid of things that have a lot of sentimental value that you feel attached to, is you can give yourself like a bridge to get to the next space. So I wanted to release what was going to take up a lot of space in a storage unit that I knew I wasn't going to use. And I wanted to alleviate my heart, thinking that I had to get rid of this part of myself. So in the way of doing that, I kept a clarinet, which takes up significantly less room, and allowed myself to let go of the saxophones, which I have not missed either. So I actually feel like that was a really great decision until you're ready for the next checkpoint. And I went through my closet, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm ready to let go of the clarinet. So it's just like hilarious on the stream. If any of you want a vintage wood, if you want to purchase a vintage wood jazz clarinet, it is a Con. I think it's from the 60s or the 70s. It's like the original jazz sound, what you hear jazz clarinet musicians play. I've got that. And now I have the emotional space to let it go because I tried playing it last week and I was like, I asked myself, I was like, Emelina, do you have the dedication to like actually get good at clarinet? Because you're in your mid-30s. Like, you're not just gonna like hobby, like, could you imagine like clarinet playing? I'm like, absolutely not. Like, it is time to let this go. We can let this go. What's funny is clarinet was my first instrument. I started playing when I was 10, I think. 9. Oh, maybe it wasn't my first, actually. I think violin was my first. Anyway, let's let that go. Okay, I'm getting off track. Let me skim through your comments. You get distracted by stuff. Yes, I get so distracted. Sax and jazz are such a vibe. They are. They are. I played Barry sax. I am like the Lisa Simpson. It does look kind of ridiculous on me. I'm a small girl, and for those of you that don't know the amount of hot air it takes to get some good sound out of a Barry sax, like, I've got plenty. So, oh my gosh. All right. You know, they're bringing my attention. I was like, I'm not going to say that. And they're bringing my attention back to it. So I'm going to say it. I don't know why it needs to be said. Even that was funny with my Barry sax because the first boyfriend I had in high school, he also played Barry sax, but he's like 6'4". So it literally was like, like it was ridiculous. Like I would be this tiny girl with this huge saxophone, like just that, like, I don't know why they had me stream that through. If he watches at some point, he'll hear that. Kudos. I thought about you. So funny. They're literally bringing my attention. It's so funny how spirit works too. It's like where my attention is kind of cycling through a vortex and coming back to it. I don't even know what that is. What do you guys want me to say about that? You guys know I'm always going to channel, so I'm just like... they're telling me there are many aspects of something that you can love. So not only do I love playing the saxophone, and I haven't played in a very long time, so don't ask me like really about it. Like it's probably been 10 years. But not only do I love that, but it's also tied to multiple things. It was tied to my expression. It was tied to my ability to move through like lower levels of emotion. And it was tied to my ability to connect with like romantic love. So when you're looking at these objects that you're really stuck to emotionally, think about which boxes it's filling in your life, and then try to find another way to fill those same boxes. Because when we're attached to items, we're really attached to experiences and emotions, not the items itself. And we can fill that void of allowing ourselves to experience those emotions and those experiences again without the items themselves. And that is a very freeing place to be. Because then you don't have to collect things in order to have experiences. Does that make sense? I hope it does. At some point I'll dive into this stuff a little bit more deeper, but this is what we got right now. Sup, I'm just reading your comments here. Yeah, you can keep some of the precious memories so you can scroll through them sometimes. Yeah, totally. I've got some scrapbooks. I don't know. I keep some of my artwork. For those of you that are artists, you know, we collect because you end up making all of this artwork and then you amass a collection. I can't tell you how many times part of my clutter clearing was I would call friends and I'd be like, I got a lot of paintings. I don't want them anymore. Why don't you come over and pick a couple? I've been doing that since I was like 17, 18. I'd be like, what do you guys want? Like, pick it up. Because I like not hanging on to things. I don't want to be attached to material items. I like them having use value, enjoyment value while I have them. And once they stop giving me that enjoyment value, I let them go, which frees up new energy from the universe for your manifestations, for things that will give you high use value, that you will enjoy immensely more than whatever's collecting dust in your closet. Again, take what you love, leave the rest. Okay. Number 3, I kind of touched on this, but tip number 3 is condense. Whatever can be condensed will be helpful for you to literally condense your energy so that the universe, again, can bring you more of what you want. That'll cause you more and more joy. So I try not to have duplicates of things. Okay, this is like part of my minimalist nature. Unless I'm enjoying the duplicates. Like I have many crystals, right? I'll show you guys. Right, so I've got like quote duplicates of crystals, but I enjoy every single one of them. So it's not like a duplicate for me. When I think of like duplicates or like what can I get rid of that I'm not using, what can I clear up? I'm thinking like how many shampoo bottles do I have and am I using them all? Can I just throw half of them out so that I just have one shampoo bottle, one conditioner bottle? I think about going through my makeup, which I do every year, where I'm like, how many eyeshadow palettes do I have and am I using them all? If I'm not, I'll get rid of them. If there are certain palettes that I'm keeping just for 1 or 2 colors, I'll pop the colors out and put them on a magnetic palette because I'm looking to condense. I want things to be very simple in my life so that my energy can feel expansive, so that my physicality is not complicated. I want it to be simple. I want it to be minimalist. I'm like trying to think like for most of you, when you're thinking about condensing, go through your kitchen appliances and figure out what you use, what you not use. I feel like people collect a lot of kitchen things. Go through your pantry. What has been sitting for a very long time that's old that you don't enjoy for food? Go give that away. Go through your makeup. What are you clinging on to, hanging on to that there's like 5% left of the makeup in the container that maybe you can just let go of or consciously use this week so that you can throw the container out? Because I feel like a lot of people like save containers and things. It's like this lingering scarcity mentality. Go through your closet. You know, that's always, the closet's always a good space to look through. Think about your bedding. That's another thing that's good to clear. So I might have 2 sets of sheets. I can't remember right now. Oh, I do have 2 sets. But I know some people that are like, I've got 4 sets of sheets. And I'm like, you have a 1-bedroom apartment with 1 bed. What do you mean you have 4 sets? I mean, no judgment. You do whatever you want to do. But like in my head, I'm like, the storage space for that doesn't make sense. Now I'm organizing and thinking about when am I going to use 4 sets of sheets instead of putting that energy on my business. I am very minimalist, you guys. Like I have 2 sets of sheets and I rotate them every other, and that's it. You know, when I stop using things, I get rid of them. I have 2 quilts. Anything else, I get rid of. What else do I have double? I'm just trying to think. My towels last year, I was like, oh, these are getting ratty. I got rid of them. I bought a new set of 4 towels. Like, that's it. And I've got 4 towels. This is nothing complicated. Do I have washcloths and what do they call them? The ones that you wash your hands with? I'm so not like a homey. I am a homey person. I have a very cute home, but it's like not where my attention is. So I'm like, no, because it can all be handled with 4 towels. So this is the way my brain works. My brain is like, why would I have more? Because then my brain, and this might be an ADHD thing too. You guys can let me know if you know anything about that. But literally I'm like, I don't want to think about anything complicated and anything that I have to mentally manage that I don't care to mentally manage. Like, I never want to think about what towels I'm using. Like, I know that's a thing for some people, and kudos, and I adore you and do that. It's just not something I want to do. I never want to go into my closet and have to be like, what matches with what? And again, some of you are so freaking crafty with fashion, and I love it. It's just not for me. You know, Steve Jobs had ADHD, and he wore the same freaking outfit every day because there are certain things that I just don't ever want to think about that require mental attention and mental processing power that I just find to be not valuable for myself. So I try to keep everything in my environment as simple as possible. If you saw me order my food, like I went grocery shopping with somebody a few months ago and they were like, wow, you're very particular. I was like, I like to be in and out in under 20 minutes from the grocery store. I know exactly what I need. I order the same things and eat the same things every freaking week. I don't want to think about it. This might be an entrepreneur thing too. It's literally like, you have a certain amount of energy, there's this whole study on like a certain amount of spoons, like a certain amount of decisions you can make per day, which are like spoons in your mind, or what some entrepreneurs say, a certain amount of fucks to give. And once those fucks are given, once those decisions are made, there's no more decisions to make through the day. Decision fatigue is actually a real thing. So I try to place all of my attention, focus, and mental security on the decisions that will move me forward, which not that groceries don't move me forward or my wardrobe doesn't move me forward, but it's just not. Again, these are just personal preferences. If you love this, great. If you don't, click off, don't worry about it. But I just don't see that as high value to me because I can place those decisions on repeat so that I don't have to actively make the decisions. It turns into a subconscious processing. So then I can free up my energy to make newer decisions, like designing a new tarot deck for you guys, like tuning into where is there more opportunity, like creating daily videos. So instead of me placing the energy on my fashion, on my bedding, on my towels, and I'm being creative, cooking lots of different meals and dinners, I have my attention on creating daily videos. I have my attention on generating a new product every month. I have my attention on building business and being creative. So it's just about like, where are your priorities? You guys will hear me talk about this all the freaking time. What are your priorities and how are you designing your life to meet those priorities and those values so that you can be happy, healthy, and wealthy and holy? Okay, so that was a very long tangent. If you're still with me, God bless. Around condensing. So condense anything that can be condensed. They're showing me like going into your kitchen too, like if you've got coffee in like 4 different containers, like get it in the one container, organize it, put it in a cute spot. Okay, now it's like adding aesthetic value as well, or whatever else. All right, number 4 is to clean and lift the energy in your environment. This is literally to go clean your apartment or your home. When you're going to clean, consciously be like, I'm lifting all the lower frequencies, I'm releasing them, and I'm bringing love and attention into every area and every aspect of my home to lift the vibrational frequency of my home so that I can use my home as a beacon to attract magnetically what I'm looking to manifest, whatever it is, in all of the ways that I'm looking to manifest, whatever's on my vision board, or anything else. What else do I want to say there? Nope, that's great. Okay, and then number 5 is to energetically smoke sage and clear your home. Whenever I'm looking to elevate my mood, clear my mental energy, bring in new money, bring in new opportunity, which I gotta be honest, I do this at least weekly, clear any lower vibrational energies, protect my energy, amplify my energy, become more magnetic, I go through my apartment and I sage it. I use either sage, Palo Santo, copal, or the Nag Champa incense sticks. Okay, and what I do, just light it and go sage. You say a prayer. Sage is really sacred. All of the cleansing is sacred. Bring in your honorable ancestors, bring in your guides, your spirit mentors, your angels. And I literally go through my home, start with the front door. I don't know the official process. I know that I'm covered regardless, but I think you go from right to left in kind of a circular fashion around your home, but start with the front door, outline the front door, okay? Bless your home. Every time I'm going around the sage, I'm doing 2 things. I'm blessing my home, I'm blessing my energy, I'm calling in higher vibrational energy, and I'm also asking spirit to release any stagnant energy and transform it into new energy that I'm able to use. I'm asking for anything that needs to be released and let go to be released and let go and taken away in a very gentle, effortless way. And I'm asking to invite new creative energy, new income streams, new money, new mental energy, new emotional health into my home. And I say a little prayer while I go around with the sage. Make sure you hit the corners, like the top corners, the bottom corners. Go under your bed. They're showing me very clearly right now. For those of you that have things under your bed, get rid of them. The energy that, or have very minimal things under your bed, all right? The energy of whatever is under your bed is interacting with your auric field while you're sleeping. They're also telling me to mention I always have a grounding stone under my bed while I'm sleeping to help me ground any shadow energies, any things that are being processed through my system while I'm sleeping. So whether it's a black tourmaline, the Akashic records actually told me like a year ago to put, I don't have it in front of me, but I have a big obsidian sphere, like a big sphere that sits under my bed to ground my energy while I'm sleeping and to clear anything that would bother me. You want the energy under your bed to be pretty clear. Sage under your bed. For sure, sage under your bed. Sage around your bed. We deposit a lot of energy in the bed, and that energy needs to be cleansed pretty regularly, like weekly. What else have I got? Sage your bathrooms. When you sage the bathroom, they're showing me shut the door and turn the fan on, just so the energy that is deposit, because the bathrooms are our ability to like eliminate waste, just so that that energy is contained energetically and resolved that way. Of course, sage your kitchens. The kitchen is like one of the most creative energy centers in the home. Sage your fridge. Any energies around your foods, that can all be released and let go. Is there anything else, you guys, around clearing? Of course, sage all your crystals. Clean your crystals every month. I just gave a bunch of my crystals a salt bath. They asked me for that, and they were so happy, and they're all so much more vibrant. You can actually see the colors in your crystals change when you clear them and cleanse them. They stop holding on to dense energies, and they actually lift in frequency, which is literally what we do when we clear and cleanse and declutter our homes. That's what I got for you guys. Here's a little sage clearing. I hope you enjoyed the stream. The idea of putting a crystal under the bed came before I mentioned it. Yeah, that's great. That's clearly, they were like, Emelina, share this. Again, these are just habits I have. Like, I don't even think about it. And then some of my girlfriends are asking me when they come over, they're like, what do you do for this, this, and this? And I'm like, oh, I have crystals under my bed that I cleanse every week, that are specifically there to handle that, so I don't have nightmares or I don't have, you know, whatever. And those are controllable things. Also, I'll mention one more thing. This is like random, but I'll see if I can put, I think I might have a link in my Amazon affiliate links below. White calcite. I have 2 white calcite crystal lamps. I think they're under $100. They're an amazing find on Amazon. They help you to work on your subtle ascension body. They help you to work on your subtle energy field. They are self-cleansing. They will lift your energy while you sleep. That might be something that's worth picking up. Let me see if I can show you guys real quick. Whoop. Oh my God, the adventure. Okay. It's that lamp, if you can see next to the brass sculpture I have. I will leave that link in my Amazon affiliate link below for you guys. I have 2 of them. I have one there, I have one in my living room. And those help me maintain the higher frequency of my personal energy, my ascension energy. So just like I have grounding stones that I put under the bed, I have stones for ascension amplification that amplify my higher frequencies, my higher energetic vibration. And white calcite is really, really amazing for that. And it's self-cleansing. You don't have to sage it or anything, which is really beautiful. Okay, that's all I've got for you guys. 40 minutes later, we are here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go like the video below. Every like counts and helps me grow my channel and get these videos to the people that need them the most. If you're new and are feeling the vibe, subscribe, tap that bell for notifications. If you love my energy and want to consider working with me, I will leave some links in the description below. I've got some one-on-one really incredible transformation programs, both business and personal. I've also got self-paced online programs and a couple of meditation albums. I am also coming out with a tarot deck called Sacred Prayers that I'm going to keep you guys updated on. That I think I'm going to be opening up for pre-launch, where I'm going to take you behind the scenes, step by step, through the process of how I create that, and then I'm going to ship them to you guys. So stay tuned. That's coming soon as well. Thank you so much for joining me. So much love for you. All right, enjoy your day, enjoy your decluttering, enjoy your life, sending you lots of love. Leave some comments for me down below so that we can chat, because I love hearing from you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty, peace.